Well, we are live with my latest idea here. I want to do this very relaxed way of teaching and just sort of like showing what we've got going on. Like it's really hard for me to just think of this as work. It's really kind of play for me to mess around with some of these things and some of these tools that we build. So I'm here to do that with you today and give you a chance to kind of see how I use these tools. And I have a lot of other things I want to show you guys as I go through this series. So, this is episode one of Watch Me Work, Learn and Ask. And this is a chance for you to ask questions to me directly in the chat. And we got some really cool things that will be going on here. It's not going to be really presenty, salesy, that kind of thing. It's just going to be there's going to be moments of just me working and you watching over the shoulder, and we'll kind of like show you the screen and things like that. So it's not going to be like a perfect presentation. It's going to be one of those things that just I think you'll enjoy. Now I do have some very valuable types of things that we'll do here with this, and I'll explain here in a little bit how that works. So welcome to the live stream. I am Daryl Ledyard. I work with software basically, and work with mass page software is kind of how we got our start. But now we're doing things with like Imagefly, and we have the domain investing, which a lot of people are asking for more content on domain investing. And in this episode, we're going to talk about two tools specifically that I'm doing a lot with right now. One is Domain Kicks, which is for domain investors to kind of find really catchy domains that they can resell. I'm in the middle of two deals right now, and it's been really nice to be able to have these deals that you can kind of connect with and work with. And then I have a lot of like passive deals that just kind of sell as they go, and those are really nice. It's while you're sleeping kind of money. So I always love the domain investing part of things, and it's really cool to have people that like to get involved in watching that as well. So um, I do like kind of check things out from side to side. So we'll do a couple things. We'll go back and forth with domain kicks and do what we used to do before. Simon and I used to do a thing where we would do like looking for domains on a certain topic. And so while that's working, I'll go over to work on some things with relevant page, and then I'll give you guys the content, and you guys can use that content if you want to. So I'll be taking requests from you for different topics. I will use relevant page to get the content, and then I'll put it on our website so that you can copy and paste it and do what you want with it. Okay. The only thing is we ask if you could give attribution to relevant.page if you use it directly. If you modify it and change it up, that's fine. You can go ahead and change it up and make it yours. But yeah, so that's basically it. So we'll get started here. Like I said, it's very like low key. Not like I've done before with any kind of specific thing. This is really just kind of try it out and see what's up. If you guys want to tell us who's watching, go ahead and put something in the comments and or like the video so that other people can find it, and we can kind of work along the side with you here on a Saturday. So I'm going to go ahead and move this over to the side so that I can bring up my screen so you guys can see my screen, and we can talk about some different things here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring myself actually out of the video, and so you can basically just see my screen and you can hear me live. So if you haven't seen domain kicks before, this is domain kicks. And basically, the reason I built this is I really wanted a tool like this for myself to find some really great domain names. Now, we have millions of keyword combinations that are built into domain kicks. What you see here is my admin account, so you'll see things that you don't see. But if you have the highest level, you will have this live tab, and we'll be using that on this. watch me work session. Okay. So we're going to look for valuable domains, and we're going to go ahead and let's see, we'll put up name worth. Whoops. And while we're working and doing things for you with relevant page, and then getting some content for you on there, we'll also, oh, that's name cheap. Let's go with nameworth.com. See if that is something we can log into on this screen without showing you anything. Okay, good deal. All right, so here's nameworth. So we will use this to look up some domains and get their value and that kind of thing. So I'm going to go ahead and pin this over here. I'm going to close the Aweber, and okay, so we have domain kicks. Now we can do a few things with domain kicks, as I've showed before. One is your primary keywords in the center is like the main thing. And thank you, Simon. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate the thumbs up. Really do. If anybody else wants to send a thumbs up, it helps other people to find this in those crazy algorithms that are out there today. So I appreciate that. All right. So in the primary keywords, you would put in the set of words that you're looking for. So, basically, I will have somebody come to me and ask me for a brand name. So one of the brands that I'm looking to get something for is a marketplace for developers. So what I'll do, this works best if you just put it in a notepad. And what I do is I think of a few like developer, keywords. So I'm just going to say like dev. I'll be like hire. I'll be like talent. Um, let's say we'll call it skill. Um, let's see, masters. Right. I'm showing you how I would find a domain, and I'll use this to customize a domain sale to somebody else. Okay. So dev hires talent skill. If anybody wants to throw something in the comments of another thing for a developer marketplace, this is to find like a website developer or develop, like an app developer, that kind of thing, like Android developer. So let's see. Sometimes what I'll do is just go to Google. Just do that. And synonyms. Okay. Love how it spell checks for you. Isn't that nice? All right. So let's take a look here. Synonyms and definitions, right? And front end developer. I'm looking for kind of short names, right? Software. Okay. It's kind of an older term. Developer web applications. There we go. Let's say maybe we'll go back to our notes here. Apps. I like these short ones if I can get something like that. So we'll just do this for now, right? And so we'll go into primary keywords and we'll set this kind of thing up. Now, this is where you can kind of prepend it, and this is where you can append it. So what's really cool about domain kicks, that is sort of the great thing about it, is it's going to check all of these different combinations. So it'll check prepend with the primary keyword. It'll check the primary keywords alone. It'll check the prepends alone. It'll check the appends alone. It'll check the primary with the append. So it gives you like a lot of like processing that you would, it'd take you a lot to try to, do that on your own. And then you can kind of select all of the different popular TLDs, but then you can also insert a ton down here. And I have some lists on my desktop that I use sometimes for, for those. So why don't we do that right now? Just using those keywords, I'm going to go ahead and grab a list. I'm sorry, my desktop is kind of full of stuff, but let's take a look here. And Um, let's see here. SEO links. Some things have moved around because I changed my monitor around a little bit. So, um, hmm. Let's see here. So I told you this is why it's imperfect, right? We're just gonna look for these domain extensions. Here we go. So these are 2-letter extensions. Okay. And so we're gonna be building this into domain kicks to have all of these things, and you'll be able to filter it and that kind of thing. But I just like pasted all of these 2-letter country codes. Okay. So let's say, for example, you know, there's a lot of like kind of domain hacks and things like that. But because these country codes are like in different languages, sometimes you can find an English word and dot that, and you can brand off that. So we would just go .com and then add all of these extensions. And we're just going to go ahead and just like kind of search this. Welcome aboard, everybody. If you're just watching, this is a Watch Me Work Live. Right now, I'm currently inside of Domain Kicks, which is one of our products. And I'm just kind of showing you like what we're doing for this particular client that wants a website for developers, okay, to hire developers. So if you look down through here, we have master.ac, talent.ag, skill.ag. So I don't like the .ags, but we'll just go through and just let this do its thing. While it's doing its thing, what I'm looking for next is we're going to go over to relevant page. Now, I've done a lot of things with relevant page. And now it is, if you're familiar with things like Article Forge and long form content creation, this does long form, but it also can write on very specific things. So let's say, for example, you just wanted to write on something simple. So what I'm going to do, I love SE ranking, right? So I put in dog walking, and I just put in like how to, and I just hit enter, and I'm going to apply the filters, right? And now it's going to say some how-to stuff, right? So how to, let's see, here we go. How often do you walk your dog? Let's see, it's got 227,000. Okay, so I'm just going to copy that. And while Domain Kicks is doing its thing, I'm just letting it see it's doing its thing over here. I'm just going to go over here. How often do you walk your dog? All right. So there's 2 buttons on here. Okay. So automate research is going to go out and find content on this topic, and it's going to use that as inspiration to write off of. The generate again or generate, if you don't do that, it'll skip that whole step. It'll just basically write off of this. How often do you walk your dog? Okay. So we're just going to go ahead and hit generate again, and it moves everything down and it's doing its thing. And you're going to get strictly AI, like a lot of the other writers, right? It's just going to say what it's going to say here. All right. So this is how often should you walk your dog? You love your dog and you want to make sure that they stay healthy, happy, all that. Okay. Now, what I want to do is, if you like this content or you like other content, I'm going to send you to our website, relevant.page/recent. All right. So if you go to relevant.page and you click on here, view recent outputs. Okay. I'm going to be adding things here like I just did here. Here's an output that came from here. Okay. And so you can go through it. You can use it. Here's another output that just came from that. Right. And so I'm just going to go in and edit this right now. And we're going to put this down below and see if this is a topic that you would be interested in, so you can actually read through it yourself. Because God knows I'm the worst reader in the world on on a microphone like this. So we're just going to go back to relevant.page. And this is the content that came with how often should you walk your dog. All right. So I will go ahead and paste this in here and I will save it so you can see it. And I'm going to put on the screen what it is that we just put up there so you can see it for yourself. Okay. So relevant.page / recent. I think this will get you over there. So I'll just go ahead and put this on there. Relevant.page / recent. And now you can kind of see all of the content. So there is the top one. I'm going to delete that out. Well, actually, I'll cover that one in a minute. All right. So that top box, so you got to scroll down just a little bit because it'll say start your awesome journey. I'm going to replace that with what you want me to research. Okay. And then we'll throw the article in here. We can throw it in Copyscape. We can try it all that way. Okay. So go ahead and put your comments in if you're just kind of watching this, and definitely. Somebody asked, can I get a list of the 2-letter country code extensions? Absolutely, Michael. What I'll do is I will put those. Great question. Do you want 3 letters too? I'm going to give you the 3 letters and the 2 letters. Okay. And I'll put that in the comments here. And you're on YouTube. So there you go. Hopefully you got that okay. It looks like it broke it into 2 different posts, but you can kind of see that, Michael, and hopefully that gets out to you wherever you are. So I appreciate you being here and asking that question. So if anybody else has any questions, let me know. But what I would really love to know is thank you, Michael. So what I'd really love to know is if there's a niche that you would like me to put the content in here under recent, and so you can see exactly just how good this writes. All right, so I'm waiting for somebody to send that through. I'm just going to go back to domain kicks, and let's just take a look. This is interesting. Talent.bz is $20. So that's kind of cool. You could kind of brand that for businesses, right? Talent.bz. That could be like a good, finding recruitment, that kind of thing. Just looking for things that stand out to me. I don't like FOs, I don't like GDs. I'm just looking to see what is coming. Okay, still things coming on there. Over on the right side, if you see all these on the other side, these are all unavailable. So these are already taken over to the side. Okay. All right. So I just run this in the background. This is just kind of things I do. Looking for gold. That's what we do. Looking for gold. All right. So how often should you walk the dog? Now, if you want to go ahead and regenerate that, you can easily do that. And in just a few seconds, it'll create it off of here. Okay. All right. So that's the way this tool works without doing the automated research. Now, if you do the automated research, the way that works is it's going to get really more specific. It's going to have like more specific information directly from sources on the web. And you can get under the hood on relevant.page and really be able to really come up with more stuff. So this has stuff from AKC, and it talks about weather, talks about the breed of the dog, the age of the dog, and how often you should walk the dog. So it has different headlines and different sections here. Okay. So now you have that you can use, and if you want to regenerate again, it'll go out and it'll recreate new content. Okay. That you can use as a blog post or what have you. Okay. Talks about arthritis, all of that kind of stuff. All right. So the other things that we've added to this, it's really kind of cool. And I hope to use it with Mentorprise and other things, is we have a summary that's automatically created from the output. All right. So if you're looking for a metadata or something like that from your content, you could just go to your summary and you've got some good stuff there. Next is a rewrite. So for an example, if let's say it doesn't pass copyscape, you can go to rewrite and just hit rewrite, and it's going to rewrite every sentence. Okay, so every sentence gets rewritten. All right. And then the next point is the translate. So if you click on translate, you can like take your rewrite and you can translate it to, let's say, Hebrew. And there you go. That is now written in Hebrew. So if you're building a website, everything starts in English, but then you can rewrite it to 14 different other languages. Um, so we got Korean, Chinese. Um, let's see, Chinese. Whoops. Let's try run Chinese. There you go. You see? And if you're looking for German, we got the German covered for you. And there you go. So there's your content, and it's outputted and ready to go. And so yeah, I want to get really hyper specific and look for real content that we can use that fits a market that is potentially underserved, right? Low hanging fruit, if you will. So we'll kind of get to kind of working on that. I just did this for walking your dog, but if you guys have a niche you want me to kind of create some content and give it to you free on a silver platter, go ahead and throw that in the comment, and I'll go ahead and do that. We're looking for domains here. Over here, the last one I saw was let's see, I think it was talent.bz. I kind of like that one. And I'll start another. If you guys aren't using Notepad++, you really should use this all the time. All right, so I'm just going to hit this. And I'll just put a little notepad over the side of different ones that I like. If you guys see one that you like, go ahead and put a comment in there. I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if I can make it a little larger here. There we go. Channel.jd. Okay. Sorry, this translate thing is on. Let me see if I can turn that off. I'd have to figure out where that is somewhere. But anyway, we'll just get over it for now. All right. Looking for some decent things that sound good across the dot. So what I'm looking for is not just something that has an availability. I want the thing on the other side of the dot to make sense with what's on the left side of the dot. So for me, the .bz for talent, I could see that being used for recruitment, right? And things like that. So does that make sense to everybody? I think that's something that I would probably do with that. All right. All right. So we're just going to let this go and continue. Looks like if I reduce the screen, what I'm doing to reduce the screen size is Control, and I hit the mouse and I roll it. So you can see how it gets smaller. It's a little hack that I use. So it's still doing its thing. We'll see what comes up. I already have the domain for the customer, so I feel comfortable just doing this, just in case you guys see anything you like. It's all about giving you guys some value here. All right, so this is it. So this is the typical just one button approach. You can generate the content and you can check it and all that. So automate. So now if you went into our show options, this is where you get under the hood. Okay. So this has a built-in search engine. So you can put any search term you want right in here. So you can just hit the X and just like put in whatever search term and then fetch results. And then what you get here are the top 10 ranking sites that have information about how often to walk your dog. So this one is going to automatically update this research. And imagine the research is chaos, right? It's not supposed to read well for you. It's actually, we're using our proprietary algorithms that just takes the most important stuff from the page and brings it in here, and it's just going to be brought in and cleaned up and things like that. So here's some new research. And now that we have the new research, we also have these tones, clarity. I just leave these alone pretty much. But if you go ahead and hit generate content, now that is all off of that other piece of research. Okay. So go ahead and throw any comments in if you will. So now you got some new information here. How often should you walk your dog? So what I'm going to do is um, put this in here. Um, and I'll put it into research or recent. You can see on the screen. So, okay, just doing my thing on the other side here. And we're going to say, how often do you walk the dog? That'll be the top part. And go ahead and publish that. Okay. So now if you go to relevant.page/recent, you see how often should you walk the dog? We know that exercise is important, all of that kind of thing. Okay. So you can kind of read through it yourself and see what you think. Now we can go ahead and adjust that again, run that again, and you'll get a lot of content. One of the things I'm going to show you now that we sort of have some good content coming through, you can change the tone to like friendly if you want. And then you also can change the format. So you can change it to a blog post, social media post, Twitter tweet. You can write an email, write reviews, all of that kind of stuff. I typically just keep it on Relevant AI Writer because that's what I use the most. But you can choose and do what you want if you get relevant page. Okay. So now the next thing is the number of outputs. So see this is what you get with one output. So like if you do, let's say 5 outputs and generate again, you're going to get a ton of stuff. And what I do is if I'm doing a website or a blog post or something like that, I will get it tuned with just the one output. Then I'll do like 5 and I'll pull that into Google Docs and I'll mess around with it and get it to really flow. So it's just moving things around, copy and paste, copy and paste. But you can kind of see here where we have like the conclusion, you have the different headlines in here, right? And then you're just going to take those and make them H2s or H1. Some people will take them and put them into like a Surfer SEO or one of those things, and like really tweak it, like you know what I mean, to make it really high performance. But this just does so much legwork for you. Somebody said it's like having a personal ghostwriter because I was working with some authors and they see that they could use this to write different points in their book, like literally, because any topic that you're writing about, and if you're somebody that does regular writing, you could just like hide the options and just like you know what I mean. If you hide the options and then let's just clear all. I'll show you a little trick for clearing all. If you just hit the logo, that will give you a fresh thing, right? And then let's go back to SE ranking, right? Um, and we're just going to look up water damage, right? And water damage restoration, right, is a good one. So because it's a high CPA, right? So what I'll do is I'll bring this in here and you can see there's 2,200 and something, and then you got the search value and all that. So then you could just go into what is, and you hit the check mark and you apply it. All right. What is water remediation? So if you're looking for a blog post, right, for your water damage site, you just will go and you copy that. You go into relevant page, automate the research, and you will have something on water damage here. And I'll go ahead and put that into the uh, the system here. Okay, so this uses this is cool. All right, this is so much fun. All right, see how it says Service Master by Zaba? Okay, so this is really powerful. And if you go to relevant.page, you'll see that it does this. But this is where you go under the hood and you hit the show options and we go into replacements. Okay. And in the replacements, we're going to put in Ledyard, which is my last name, restoration. Oops. Do services, right? Ledyard restoration services. I'm going to put in my phone number as 800 water 98. And I'm going to be in New York City. And I'm going to put in water98.com. Okay. This is so cool. Watch this. So we just took that. We're going to hit generate content. Now you can take literally anybody's website and not only will it like rewrite it, it's going to brand it for you. Okay. So now you can see water restoration services and it's taking and put my brand wherever that brand was kind of thought through. And then it put in the phone number. See what I mean? So I'm going to show this in here and we'll do a new section. And this is really hot, guys. I think it's phenomenal. I'm really excited about it. So let's see what is going on here. So I'm going to move this down to another section here. And I'm going to show you that this is branded to us. And I can go ahead and just rinse and repeat, right? We can change it to a letter. I mean, there's so much power here. It's insanity, right? So like what is water mediation, right? And for those that have been kind of watching the journey with this thing, it's been kind of exciting because when I first got it, we started off on Gumroad, right? And it would do some stuff, but compared to what it does now, it's phenomenal. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that, so you can see what is restoration, water remediation. Now it is there. It's got my custom replacements. All right. Does anybody want to send me a comment if you want me to change the entity replacement to yours? Give me yours and I'll show you it works with you too. It just isn't just mine, right? So, okay, so we got this. Now, if we wanted to go for more outputs, let's just go with 4 with these, right? And we're just going to generate. This is the like under the hood stuff. It's so cool. It's really, really interesting how it does this. All right, so here we go. All of this content. Now you can, put this into your website very, very easily. If you didn't like what it is, then you can rewrite it, or you could just run it again. Just hit generate content again. Okay. If you don't like sort of the source material, you can go over here and you can go ahead and change the search term, fetch the results, and then you can go in here and you can see here are some other websites that will update your research. Okay. Now this isn't like going to plagiarize. It's going to take their information as inspiration for yours because it's using AI. This is an AI writer that does things totally differently. But it gives you the keys under the hood so you can do a lot to get it right for yourself. And once you get that, see here's some really good stuff here. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how good this is. If you go to recent, you can see this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put this in here and you can see it for yourself. Judge it for yourself if you want. Oops. All right. So I'm just going to publish that. And we will refresh the recent. Often you should walk the dog a little further down. All right. How to be a dog walker. Water. What is water remediation? Look at all that. Should go slower so you guys can see it. Ready for you. Ready for you to use. All right. So it's really cool. I really am enjoying this tool so much. I even have my stepson. I'm like showing him some affiliate things that you can do. If you go into, one of those affiliate marketplaces like, Max Bounty and some of those other ones, you can find things that you can like get traffic to and convert it into. And he was like, really, I get money for that? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, he's 15 years old, but it's like I could teach an 8-year-old how to do this, maybe a 6-year-old. It's copy paste. It's check it with Copyscape, make sure it's good. But yeah, it's copy paste. Very, very simple. Anybody have any questions? This is a watch me work, watch it go. I'm going to go back to domain kicks and let's go down 3 to C here. VGs, WS. We're getting down to the bottom of those because we're in the W's now. All right. So I only saw that one that I like so far. All right. So that's that. Anybody have anything they want me to search for after this finishes? We can do that in the background while this is interactive. So it says it's done. So it's already done. So I'll just clear these out. And we can, while we're waiting for somebody to give me an idea for something to search for, we're just going to do the live search and just see what comes up with the millions of different terms that are in here. All right. So you can kind of see everdisaster.com, firstserenades.com. So it's just going to go through just random different combinations and we'll just see what kind of comes from that. That's how I like sort of browse outside of any other directories. I just have a sip here. I mean, you don't need to have a list anywhere because this will come up with stuff based on what you like. And, like if you go to expireddomains.net, it's good. Like I like it, but sometimes you don't know where that domain has been. You don't know if you're going to piss somebody really off because you took their domain, right? With domain kicks, you like are looking for investment type things, and you can also use it to custom tailor it for a brand that you're looking to do. So anti-peak is kind of interesting. So you just kind of go through and say, oh, this is something I could use if I don't sell it. And that's one of the things I do is I sort of will buy things that I could use myself or develop. Now that I have relevant page here, there's a lot of topics you could do lead generation websites or blogs on and things like that will help. One of the things that I've been kind of looking at is, spin text and affiliate. I'm recommending people now to do hardly any spin text on a page. Okay. And don't spam your page full of affiliate links. Google is pretty much value first when it comes to that stuff. And if you do that, you're going to run the risk of wasting your own time. Building out websites that are full of affiliate links is interesting. Now, I like this. This is interesting. Nonplasticbag.com. Now, if you could go and find a non-plastic bag, it's a bag that's like a disposable bag, but it's I'm just going to go to AliExpress, right? And just like go in here. I'm going to put in non-plastic bag. Whoops. Oh, darn it. What did I do? we want to put in plastic alternative. All right, plastic alternative. Right. I'm gonna take this. No, it's misspelled. Maybe I should fix that because I don't know if they have spell check on here. Let's do this. I'll go to Google. See if anybody already has something like this, right? Single use, but we want like something that is recyclable plastic bag, because that's one of the things is a lot of these plastic bags are really hard to find people that can recycle those plastic bags. And like in my state, they've actually outlawed them, recyclable. And so obviously, tote bags and canvas bags, but for the people that forget those, and these are plastic bags. So it would be like something that was paper based ish, and plastic bag alternative, non-plastic. Let's just do that. I'm going down a rabbit hole, but this is what it's all about, right? We're just going to see if there's a non-plastic bag that's like a plastic bag. Interesting. This is AliExpress I'm looking at right now. Non-plastic bag. You can see how I search for things. All right. Plastic self-adhesive. Maybe it doesn't exist. Biodegradable paper. That's interesting. Let's look at that. Let's do biodegradable. If you're enjoying this, go ahead and send a like up our way. We're just doing some messing around here on a Saturday. So they got these tea bags here. Biodegradable. Empty sleeper bag. I'm going to say large because I want these to be fairly large or medium sized. It'd be really cool if you could get something that stores could use that were biodegradable, and then you'd have a domain to sell these for it. So this is the reason why I do this. Like I do this too with expireddomains.net. I look for things and I'm like, oh, that's a good idea actually. There's something to that. So interesting. These are paper bags, right? Just a typical paper bag. It'd be really cool is if it was something that wouldn't leak, right? If you get a little bit of liquid in it or meat that's, got a little, freezer stuff, that stuff is terrible in a paper bag. So, yeah. All right. Let's go back here. Nonplasticbag.com. If you guys want it, go ahead. Safe to find. Ultra Waterbed Shop. Zap Parking Garage. Terrific mom. Get that for your mom for Mother's Day. Anti-liquid. New York Opie. Chicago Rabbits. Who would have thought of that? Getting down here. Secret Knot. That's interesting. That could be like a website that you kind of, dispel the gossip, Secret Knot. It's no longer a secret. Let's take a look here. All right. That's where we're at there. We'll go back to here. We'd love to hear anybody that has something that they want me to do a quick search on relevant page for. That would be awesome. I'll go back to water damage restoration because, look at these CPCs. Now, let's go and we'll go for a high CPC. This doesn't mean that people are going after it, but the search volume. So I want the search volume over a certain point. So I'm going to say over 50 and then apply filters. All right. My basement flooded. What will insurance cover? Love it. That is perfect. All right. So we're going to go and click this and we'll just completely reset it. And we want to know typically what will insurance cover. They got a flooded basement. Somebody is direly looking for this content. So we'll put this out there on the website, relevant.page/recent, so you can kind of see. Okay. So what does insurance cover? Blah, blah, blah. Talks about, FEMA, all this kind of thing. FEMA's website. Great. Let's see if we run it again. If it still does FEMA's website, we'll see. And we haven't done the replacements. Oh, I would have probably just kept the other one because I had the replacements in there. But there we go. Wow, look at all this, guys. Doesn't cover the building itself, detached structures on your property such as garage, your personal belongings, additional living expenses incurred. Some policies do cover, yada, 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 right? All of this information would be very, very hard to get from like a typical AI copywriter. No question about it. One other thing I want to show you too that's really cool is this custom tab. So if, let's say, for example, you are water damage restoration, I'll say Miami, right? If you are, let's say, one of these companies here, and let's say this guy here, these are interesting. Okay, so I'm just gonna, this is perfect. So I'm just gonna grab this text from our location. We're gonna go into custom because as you can see here, this is the research that came in from the FEMA website, and we can change the FEMA website too. So we're just gonna go into custom and we're just gonna paste this in here. And I'm gonna call this the replacement name is that, okay? And I'm just going to go back here and see they have a phone number. And we're going to pop that in there. Okay. Miami. And do they have a website? Let's take a look. Nope. Okay. I might take just a little bit more information from their website here. Let's see. They got a blog. A lot of content here. These guys are smart. They're doing some stuff with that. Miami fire damage. Okay, we want to stick to water damage. Stick to one thing, guys. Water damage restoration. These guys make so much money. All right. Let's say this was your website, right? You could always do this, or you can actually search your website and put it in. But what I'm demoing here is that you can merge with two websites and bring them both kind of together. So let's say we'll go over here to the search, and my basement's flooded. What will insurance cover? Now we're going to go to these guys. This is a branded site. Let's take a look at the research. This is the under the hood part. I love this part. But if you take a look here, it's got some good information there. All right, we got our customs, we've got our replacements. Now, if we go to generate content, like I said, we'll just do one output for now. And now it's going to finish here. We'll see what we've created. That should be branded based on your client's website. See, here is the article, and now it goes your call to action is all right here. All right. So I don't know, like, what is remediation? Okay, I think this is really a good example to kind of show. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into the recents so you guys can take a look at it yourself. Anybody have any ideas they want me to look up and see what how this would work for you? This is a freebie today, just messing around. Let's see. Okay. Pasted that into the recent outputs. Relevant.page/recent. So I'll see if I can move that. Gonna delete that. All right, so we have a few that I'm deleting out now that are just sort of blanks. Delete this section out. How to be a dog walker. And then what is water irradiation? Okay, so we can go back and see. Kind of see my template going on here. All right. So how often should you walk your dog? This is all content you can check with your favorite plagiarism tools and all that. You can see that this stuff is just coming out here like crazy. There's my Ledyard restoration services. This is my, showing you how that would work with the way that it replaces everything. And then, so yeah, so we'll just put more in here. But this is really cool. We just took it with these guys, and let's just while we're there, right? We like this. Let's do 5. Why not? Right? Just spit out more. This is now able to, speed your way to content creation, because content creation is what's going to get you visits and traffic. And so you can go through and you can kind of massage this the way you want. There's going to be ones that you like. There's, all of that. So, if you don't like this one, a lot of bullet points and things like that that are talking about the personal property damage, what's covered, what's not covered, phone number to call, all of these kinds of things, So we can go ahead and just select this and go in, bring this down to the bottom. There we go. All right. So if we go back to recent outputs, we can see this. There they are. All this kind of content. All right. Relevant page is relevant.page. So, all right. Going back to domain kicks. This is where we left off. Just seeing if there's any gold here. Greatestlogic.com. Spot miss. Talk Bazaar. Onlycarpool.com. It's interesting. They say .coms aren't available. Well, we're finding some. It's not easy to find them, but that's why I always tell people, if you're in a niche, use a tool like ours here to use a tool like this to 101chargers.com. That would be a good website for affiliate links for Amazon. 101chargers.com. You can get that for $10.99. It's kind of cool. That's a good brand, right? We'll just kind of sit it down here. Veryfireworks.com. Okay. So yeah, so I basically showed you around. Now there is Black Friday this month. And so one of the things we're doing for people on all of our products in this month is we're doing a special that is off of all of our plans. So So if there's any of the products that you're looking to get, such as Domain Kicks or Relevant Page or ImageFly or any of those, I believe it'll work on ImageFly. I'll throw this up here. You guys are kind of the first to actually see this because I haven't showed this to anybody before. This is just something that is new today. So it would be 50% off recurring, and the coupon code is Cyber November. And if that does not work, let me know. But we'll go ahead and put that on the screen here. Turn this off. And let's see here. Just throw that on there. So it's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. So 50% off Cyber November. That's just for the rest of this month. So it'll take 50% off recurring on relevant.page. If you go to relevant.page, you just go in and you just sign up. You just enter that coupon code. I'm already logged in, so it'll go right into my dashboard. But if you were to sign up, you can just use that coupon code. So Cyber November will work for that. But otherwise, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me here. Does anybody have any things that they want me to search SE ranking for to try to find in their niche some of the best questions for a particular topic? Like I'm trying to think of what other, okay, here's a sauna. In home. I'm just going to say sauna guide. Let's do that. So I have a client that sells saunas, and maybe what I'll do is update at-home saunas. This is good. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and look at this. This actually has a bit of a keyword difficulty of 60. So it's a bit high. Let's look at CPCs on these. So best infrared sauna to buy. That's got a good low difficulty, but the search volume isn't so high. So I'm going to do apply filters for search volume. Okay. Buying guide. It's got something decent. Okay. Let's see what happens if I throw that into relevant page. Going to start a new screen here. And yeah, this is a topic that's interesting, like selling saunas for in-home. So we're just going to automate research. We'll try to do that first and see what happens here. Go back to domain kicks. OrlandoPrison.com. Insider Bud. There's literally billions of combinations that could come through. All right. Just looking through. Dream pause. Spot resist. Mostly like the shorter ones, but yeah. All right. Sauna buying guide. Great. All right. Cool. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to use this for a real website. So I'm going to put it in a Sauna King USA. Go to SaunaKingUSA.com. Okay. So let's do some content for this website. I'm just going to go in to log in. Just going to bring this over here. Okay. Just taking it over to another screen to log in because it sometimes shows information. Okay, there we go. So we go back to the home page, and this is built in Beaver Builder, which I absolutely love that tool. You can see there are pictures down here, and they have all of these different, saunas and things like that. So what we're going to do is create a post for this website. And let me do something here so I can bring this in with the other stuff. Okay. So we have ourselves some content here called Sauna Buying Guide. And I'm just going to put that here. I'm going to show you some ninja-y stuff that that is kind of cool with relevant.page. Okay, this is kind of cool stuff. So now under here, we're going to go in and grab the content from the website here. Okay, so on this website, whoops, hang on a second. We have this phone number. Do we have, let's do this. Call Sonic King Mike for best availability. Okay. So I'm going to take that and bring it over to custom. I'm going to put in this phone number, the replacements. So that phone number will be there. I'm going to put USA as the location. I'll put in Sauna King USA.com. Okay. So those are the replacements. And what I'll do is grab this right here. Okay. So we're just grabbing some information. We're going to go ahead and put it into custom into here. And I will go to the About Us page. And we'll just look for some juicy content to kind of feed this puppy with. Okay. There's a bit of a story here. So, no, I don't think we need all of. Well, let me try it. Let's just do my. Let's possibly throw that in and see if that'll help or if it'll be too much. But I think we're good actually. What we got, that's pretty good. So we got our replacements, we got our custom, we got our search, right? And so we can now go through and say, okay, is there anybody else that has something good? Now, this is Lowe's. Let's see what they have. Okay, there we go. So we're using Lowe's website as our research. It's going to give us some information that we can utilize to inspire our AI to write off of that. I'm going to leave everything else set. Maybe we'll just be like really optimistic. All right, we're going to generate the content off of that. It's only going to take a minute. Okay. So I want it longer. So we have a couple of choices. We can run it again, or we can increase the number of outputs all in one session. Okay. So I'm getting kind of thirsty. I'm going to take another sip. Great. I'm liking this. So it does mention Sonic King USA, all of that. So I'm going to do 6 outputs. I'm going to generate. And we're going to build some content for a real website. All right. Here we go. There's a lot of content. Okay. So I'm gonna grab this, go back to add a post. Gonna paste this in here. And we're gonna take this title. We're going to put this in here. Okay. So I'm just reading through this, and I'm going to probably grab some pictures. So I'm going to grab this one here, insert it into the post. Going to make it smaller. Whoops. Move it over to the side. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do, there's all of these different conclusions, right? And there's different things in here that we don't need. All right. So I'm just going to kind of collect the conclusions over to the side and the introductions over the side. Okay. So if you're in the market persona, okay, second factor, third factor, once you've considered all those, okay. So now we're going to get rid of this. Get rid of this. This is already introduction. Okay, this is pretty much saying what the other one did say. Okay. Here is a conclusion. So I'm going to put that over to the side here. I'm looking for the best conclusion on this. I'm going to use the best main points that we can. Type of sauna. That's all the same. A lot of this is like rewriting the same kinds of stuff. But there are a few different ones here. So I'm going to go ahead and put like other things to consider, maybe. Other considerations. Oh, man. I'm just doing that. I'm probably going to bold that puppy. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a better outro. But I'm not done yet. So this is pretty good. I'm just going to drop this one in there. So there we go. All right. So we basically have something here that builds a blog post. It's news. So we'll put in, we'll go back to SE ranking. And I'm going to go ahead and copy this. And what I'm looking for is word count 1 to 1. Apply the filters. And I'm going to get rid of the search volume thing. Sauna by. I feel like I have something else on here. This is probably the search volume. By. Okay, so we want one word. Apply filters. Okay, so saunas. Okay, let's do 2 words. Let's try that. There we go. So we're going to export these to Excel. And a lot of times with WordPress, it's that last percentage that a lot of people don't do, right? So that's what I encourage you to do, you know. There you go. You're just going to copy these, pop them into a notepad, and I'm going to take those. Just going to go and edit that list a little bit. I'll bring this list over so you can see what I mean. So don't want saunas.com. Get rid of the sauna. Really kind of indoor saunas. Okay. All right. So we'll go back to the post. Oh, I get to use Text Shaker. All right. I use Text Shaker all the time, guys. Hey, Walter. Yeah, we're gonna do like Walter is asking a great question. Uh, when will I do training on ImageFly that we could review? I don't have a date on that, but I will. Let's see. You'll be able to watch the replay. I'm gonna try to do these a few times a week to kind of just like help people in general, you know, with the products, and sometimes like we're doing here, like with WordPress and like now I'm showing you what I do with Text Shaker. What I just did is I just put and add a suffix. So I just put a comma, right? And so if you take the commas here and you pop them into the tags, now you got all those different tags. Okay. So featured image. Let's see if we got like a decent featured image that we could do. Let's just do that one. Okay. And now, the next thing I wanted to show you is now that we've got everything branded in here, and we just grabbed this from the Lowe's buying guide. Now let's go to like pool advisors and just take a look at this. Just looking through some juicy content. Okay. Let's just go ahead and generate off of that. The content in the research is always going to look a little messy, and that's good. That's fine. The AI just loves that kind of stuff. So we're going to use this to write some more content completely inspired by totally different stuff, right? And so we're going to write a really good blog article here. Okay. Okay. Just looking through this thing. I don't like this. It doesn't really match up as well to the guys, this guy's saunas. The ultimate guide. Let's look at this one, Sauna Royal. Let's see, traditional. This is sales talking about traditional saunas. I'm just going to make this up here. Infrared sauna buying guide. Now we're going to go ahead and fetch. This is that search engine inside of relevant page. And so it works really good to do the thing here. So all right, so information. Okay. So that's getting into like number of years and all that kind of stuff. So I'm just going to go to this one. Don't want to confuse it. Trying to get it as it's much closely to. Okay, this has a lot of like pricing and probably too much for what I want. Just gathering research. Guys, the work that you see here, like I've been working on this since like we just started with Siphon, and then I learned a lot from that, and then we've just been growing and growing and growing this knowledge set. So this is Sauna Cloud, right? And so our replacements will go ahead and change that out. So it'll talk about Sonic King USA in that because it'll understand that. All right, let's go back to domain kicks while we're doing this. Looking for new things. Only pack. Does anybody have a political action agency? ClassicJudge.com. Easy Flea Market. Nice VAT. Misstyle.com. All right. 411speak.com. That's interesting. That could be a good information blog, right? Just I could use that on a Menterprise site easily. 411speak.com. Very cool. Just going through these, doing its thing. All right, we'll come back to it. Now we got this. All right. Okay, when your business. Okay, something is the best. What are you waiting for? Give us a call. Okay. How many did we do? Wow, so much stuff. So much stuff. All right. So this is, I'm going to go in and put this into an editor. And just going to put it in a notepad. This is good when you're looking for sauna. All right, so I like this one. So I'm going to pop that into the post. Making a blog post here. Going back to my notepad. Okay. A lot of the same things in different wording. So you just find what you prefer. I like this. This is like a bigger intro. So I go up here. I'm going to pop this right here. And okay. So going back to my notes. What is an inference? All right, so here we go. Here's some more information. And I'm going to add this here. All right, and it talks about the different benefits and everything. I'm going to save this, publish it. Take a look and see where we could add like maybe another photo. So I'll probably justify another photo in here. We're using the old school editor, the classic editor. If it looks like the classic editor to you, that's probably why. So I'm just gonna put this one in here, put it over to the right. And I'm also gonna reduce it down. Throw in your questions and comments if you have any questions or comments, or just go ahead and like the video if you're enjoying what we're doing here. And you can see that it can be valuable for what you're working on. So we got custom size. I'm going to use 300 for that, so it's smaller. I'm going to do the same thing for this. It'll optimize how fast it loads, right? So if you're resizing something massive, it's better to sort of resize it that way. Okay. Other considerations, And then once we consider these, yeah. Let's grab this out. There we go. This is how you can write a nice quality blog post. And I'll show you what it looks like. It's got the tags. It's in the news. It's got a featured thing. Okay. And we built this like right in front of you. So you can see how we use relevant page. So I'm just going to go ahead and show you this. All right. And you can see here is the nice long juicy article. Right. And so we could kind of see like, if we go to the home page, this article is now showing up on the home page, which let's take a look here. Any other questions? Go ahead and like the video if you're happy to watch me work. And this is a learn and ask. So ask your questions live. I'll be happy to answer your questions. No matter what platform you're watching on. We're on Twitch right now, Facebook, YouTube, a couple of other things. Okay, so it looks like that particular image is a bit big. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do this on this side of things. So I think I'll put like 3 across and number of columns. I'm going to do 3 desktop and 3 on that. I'll just do 2 on mobile. And what I'm going to do is change the image size. So let's do layout. What you're seeing here is actually Beaver Builder. So it's looks maybe a little different for you. So I'm just going to go in here. I like it. I don't know. It makes me happier than Elementor to use. But I'm just going to say thumbnail. See if that will give us similar dimensions. So, okay, so that's squaring it off. I'm going to do custom, and I'm going to do 120 by 120. Look here. Nope, we got to go wider than that. So it'd be 350 by. It's not keeping the aspect ratio here. 2. I hate it when WordPress does that. Let's do medium. So now it's doing different sizes. Not a problem. I'll go ahead and pick a different image so it isn't so goofy like this. All right, so I'll go ahead and go into, just going to save this. And I'm going to show in some of these watch and learns, some of the tools and things that I use for building out websites. And I'll probably do some like actual client work and things like that, so it can be multi-purpose and you can see exactly how I'm doing this. So let's look at this buying guide. Let's see here. So we're going to edit this. And we want to change the featured image. Remove featured image. I'm going to choose a non-vertical featured image. Let's try this one. Seems like it is more rectangular. And see if, yeah. All right. We got to update that. You can see how much I've been using WordPress lately, huh? Like, what do I do on this thing? I don't know about you guys, but like since Elementor, I haven't been as excited about WordPress. I don't know. A lot of things have gotten a little not so great. All right, there we go. So Sonic King USA, best sauna buying guide. Now we got some content. And the question is, does this pass Copyscape? So let's go take a look at Copyscape and see if we have anything major out there. Pop this in. Some basic stuff, but I don't see any of the sources that we've used. So yeah, we take a look. There's this one here. We didn't use this at all. So it's just 5%. You know, this is just randomly that it'll connect to it. 5% is extremely small. So yeah, so we built a page just like that. So that page can now get traffic, and the next thing I would do is go ahead and put calls to action inside of that. So if you know, I'll go ahead and put some calls to action to their store and things like that. I typically wait. I don't know about you guys, but like I'll wait till the site has that page has traffic before I put too much outbound sales links and stuff like that. I just want to draw people in. Then I'll look at the analytics and then say, okay, now it's time to monetize this sucker. It's got some real traffic. Okay. And I also see some opportunities here with headings and bolds and things like that, because that's really important to do as well. So I'll just go back into here and show you like how I'll take a few opportunities and we'll make them like H3. This is going to be an H3. Considerations. Buying a. I'm okay with that. I'm looking for this right here. That's going to be an H1 already. So looking for maybe in buying guide. You know, try that. And we're going to make that an H2. Okay. Looking for any other opportunities to maybe bold a few things here. This one, I'm gonna actually put a link to the shop page. Let me see here. There we go. Actually, I'm going to clear that out because that actually isn't borrowing for ad. So this is more what they do. Let's have at least one. That's not the right one, though. There you go. And I'll bold it. Do you guys do this kind of stuff? Do you kind of bold things like that? Yeah. Walter asked a great question. Can we explain the tags with the commas again? So the reason why I put the commas in when you bulk import in to WordPress on the back end, when you put a comma, it'll automatically break up into tags. So instead of typing in the tags, what I'll do is I'll use a tool like SE ranking or find a bunch of the high performing keywords, and then I'll put that in to text shaker after I export it. And I'll just add a suffix with a comma after it. As you can see, we just increase this here. So you can see there's a comma after each one. And now you can just throw those in to this post right here, and you would have those tags. Now, don't go crazy. Like, this is a good amount right here. The other thing I noticed is, let me just go ahead and update this. Oh, shoot. Did I just walk over? Yeah, I just walked over something. Okay. So if you overstep something with an old page, an old tab, just go to the one that does have it, and then just update that one. Okay. And that will overwrite your boo-boo. All right. All right, cool. Cool. So you do like a click to call, things like that. The way you do that here is you just go ahead and hit this and put in tell : and then you put in grid 792.1 and save that puppy. And we don't really, because it's already on the website. I just put that in there just in case somebody borrows the content for themselves. All right. All right. Good question, Walter. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. If you guys like the video, go ahead. It helps other people in the see it with the algorithm and everything. But this is that web page, and it should perform pretty well. So we'll see what happens with that. It's got all the stuff it needs, Let's see. So let's go back to domain kicks. Take a look here. Biz bobbleheads, mrmill.com. Scam workshops. Oh boy. These are domains that are available via looking at with domain kicks software. I have domainkicks.com. Buzz gloves. It's interesting. Go ahead and put in the comments anything that you would like me to try to demonstrate and teach. If it's like a product that we have or like a tactic that we use, would love to have you throw that in there. We do have that promo code in the bottom of the screen, Cyber November. You can use that through any of our things except for Gumroad right now. But any of our products, you can use Cyber November on. Let's see here. See, I'm not sure how long we've been on for, but I think I'm probably going to end it soon. Does anybody have any things that they want me to show inside of Relevant Page? Is there anything that would be helpful to see? Like I said, if you go to relevant.page/recent, you can kind of see the things that we have outputted from this show that we're doing here today. And I'll just keep adding to that. So you can always go back and just kind of see like what's been outputted. There's like no formatting or anything like that. So you would obviously have to do that just like I did with Sonic King to do their website's blog post. Any questions for me before we close out today? Again, 50% off coupon code Cyber November. That's for the entire month. That is our Black Friday deal. If you're waiting for a Black Friday deal, this is it. But I don't like to just rush everybody and say you have to do it um, in 2 days or whatever. If you guys want it, it's 50% off this whole month. Get yourself the best deal of the year right now, and you can even do it on the annual plan. So if you don't like to have monthly payments, you can get the annual plan for Relevant Page unlimited use for $500. So that's a really killer deal because that's already discounted. So something to think about with that. All right. So on one of the other episodes, we'll probably do Image Fly. Is there any other products? Go ahead and tell me in the chat or in the comments. Any other play, things that we have enough, association with, like Mentorprise is another product. MWB, we're working out the bugs on it. Boy, it's been that the code was not. I've actually had to like rebuild 60 to 70% of Mass Website Builder, and it has been a lot of stuff that has come up with it. So I'm doing my best to get that out, and as soon as it is done, I will get it out to you guys so you guys can play around with it and use it for your needs. All right. So the ticker is there. If you see here, I will go ahead and edit this and just put it bigger on the screen. Just editing it. Cyber November. So I will go ahead and add a thing. Yes. Cyber November is one word. That is correct. Yep. That's a good question. Okay. So if that's helpful, you can always reach out to me at daryl.chat, and I'd be happy to discuss anything with you. Daryl.chat is an easy way to get a hold of me. And yeah, that's, let's see, there are some comments here. Let's see, talk soon. Good stuff. Thank you, Walter. Appreciate it. I enjoyed it. Have a great weekend. Michael, thank you so much. Appreciate you guys stopping by. And be sure to, share this out to other people if they can utilize some of this knowledge and see where they could, have their own copywriting on demand. Just it's very, very effective and helpful to not just have the typical AI writing stuff. Like, let me just show you on here. Like, if I put in Ledyard, let me just clear this out first. So if I put in relevant.page and I hit this down here, this is just going to take it from the AI itself, right? It's not going to be really specific like if we use the research. See, this says it's shaking up the world online. It's about using users' information. This is just like totally messed up. This is what a typical AI writer will do. Okay. Because it's just doing that off of the keyword relevant page. Okay. So where this really gets cool is when you automate the research on that. And now it's going to go and actually find the information online, gather the research on it, and it'll rewrite it. So if we go here, let's just take a look here, and you look at here, it's grabbing it from here. It updates the research, right? And it has all this information. So let's just generate content. And I'll tell you the other thing is that's really cool. So this is talking about my entity replacement, the relevancy score, the multiple outputs, AI copywriting for the democratizing authorship. That's all stuff that is from my website. So then the next thing to do is you could just close that down. Now that you've got that set, right? You could say relevant.page is the world's most relevant copywriting tool available. Okay. So you make a bold statement, right? It doesn't have to be salesy or whatever, but this is just bang. I'm just saying this as the topic, right? And now you don't have to go ahead and hit that again. We're just going to go and just generate again. And it literally, I mean, has done all the research to find the facts right from the source, right? And then it uses that to inspire. This thing is amazing. That's all I can say. It's amazing what it does. So now look at this. Just everything. I'm just gonna just put this into here. So if I was rewriting my website, I could easily take this and utilize it. So I'll put this on here so you guys can take a look at it for yourself. Right. So I just put this in here. I'm going to put the topic in there as well. What I'm talking about in there is on the recent page. Okay. And I'm going to publish it and show you. You can look this over yourself. Okay. I'm just going to launch it again. And we'll delete out some of the stuff. So if you want to look at it while it's there. So this is all stuff that we put in here today. This is it. Look at all this. 11 page of the world's most relevant copywriting tool available. And here's some more content for you for your website. Okay. So you can take that and then you could, there's another thing that you can do on this. If you go here, let's go here. Another thing you can do is show the options. And down here, this is on neutral, right? We could change it to friendly, increase the creativity, lower the relevancy score, right? So it keeps the information, but it's not going to use as much source information. And then we go ahead and hit it again. And now it's going to take more liberties with the content. There you go. All right. And now we can go back to this, and I'll put this into the recently page so you can just look at it over yourself to see that you actually can write stuff that is friendly, user-friendly, and helpful content that Google is looking for. The other stuff it will be able to detect because it's fluff. It never goes deep. It never gets into details and things like that. So that's why I built Relevant Page as a way to do that. So yes. So yeah, thank you guys for coming by. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys get back to your Saturday. I wanted to show this off and show you what this all does. Let's go back to Domain Kicks one last time. Rush Friend, Venture Cream, to be Sleek Twin, 24schools.com, Daily Anxiety. Okay, Live Asphalt. So yeah, so there's that's Domain Kicks. So we also would do that same discount code if you're looking for Domain Kicks if you haven't already got it. This is Black Friday today. So you can do Cyber November and get your discounts on everything. So if you're watching on the replay, please be sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate guys being here today and working with me and just hanging out and getting to learn and grow together here on our channel here. So I will do more episodes. This is episode number 1. And I will do more episodes on other topics related to the things that I'm involved in. And yeah, you can always ask your questions and put them in the comments. Even if you're watching on the replay, put your comments in and I'll go ahead and answer them as best I can. If anybody needs to reach me, just go to daryl.chat and I'd be happy to talk to you guys. So thank you guys so much for being here. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.